Today our topic is the best Stoic quotes for tough times. Life is not always easy. Sometimes we face problems that seem too big to handle. We feel lost, sad, or even angry. But the Stoics, a group of ancient philosophers, have taught us how to stay strong during tough times. Their wisdom can help us find peace and strength, even when life feels hard. Let's explore some of the best Stoic quotes and how they can guide us through difficult moments. One of the most famous Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote reminds us that we cannot control everything that happens to us. Bad things will happen, but we can control how we react to them. If we focus on our thoughts and emotions, we can stay calm and strong, no matter what happens around us. Another important Stoic, Epictetus, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that our attitude is more important than the situation itself. If we choose to stay positive and learn from our problems, we can grow stronger. But if we let our problems control us, we will feel weak and unhappy. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot control. Seneca, another great Stoic, said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." This means that tough times can make us stronger, just like exercise makes our bodies stronger. When we face challenges, we learn how to solve problems and handle stress. Over time, these experiences make us more resilient and confident. So, instead of being afraid of tough times, we should see them as opportunities to grow. Marcus Aurelius also said, "The obstacle is the way." This means that the challenges we face are not just problems. They are also opportunities. When we face an obstacle, we have a chance to learn, improve, and become better. For example, if you lose your job, it might feel like the end of the world, but it could also be a chance to find a better job or learn new skills. The Stoics teach us to look for the good in every situation, even when it seems bad. Another powerful quote from Epictetus is, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This means that true happiness does not come from owning many things, but from being content with what we have. In tough times we might feel like we need more money or more things to be happy. But the Stoics remind us that happiness comes from within. If we can be satisfied with what we have, we will always feel rich, no matter how little we own. Seneca also said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." This quote reminds us that life can be very hard, and just getting through the day can be a big achievement. When we feel like giving up, we should remember that we are strong just for keeping going. Every day we face challenges is a day we prove our courage. The Stoics teach us to be proud of ourselves for continuing to fight, even when life feels heavy. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This means that our thoughts shape our reality. If we think negative thoughts, we will feel negative emotions. But if we think positive thoughts, we will feel happier and more at peace. The Stoics teach us to pay attention to our thoughts and to replace negative ones with positive ones. This simple practice can make a big difference in how we feel. Epictetus also said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This means that true freedom comes from self-control. If we let our emotions control us, we will feel like slaves to our feelings. But if we learn to control our emotions, we will feel free and in charge of our lives. The Stoics teach us to practice self-discipline and to stay calm, even when things go wrong. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." This means that courage is the key to freedom. When we face our fears, we break free from the things that hold us back. For example, if we are afraid of failure, we might avoid taking risks. But if we face our fear of failure, we can try new things and achieve our goals. The Stoics teach us that bravery is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite our fear. Marcus Aurelius also said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This means that instead of talking about what is right or wrong, we should focus on doing the right thing. In tough times, it can be easy to complain or blame others. But the Stoics teach us to take responsibility for our actions and to be the best version of ourselves. By doing the right thing, we can find peace and happiness, even in difficult situations. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This means that we should start by imagining the person we want to be, and then take steps to become that person. For example, if we want to be kind, we should practice kindness every day. The Stoics teach us that our actions shape our character, and by making good choices, we can become better people. Seneca also said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This means that success is not just about being in the right place at the right time. It is also about being ready when the opportunity comes. In tough times, we should focus on preparing ourselves for better days. We can learn new skills, improve our habits, and work hard so that when the opportunity comes, we are ready to take it. The Stoics teach us to be patient and to trust that our hard work will pay off. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This means that when someone hurts us, we should not try to hurt them back. Instead, we should be kind and show them that we are better than that. The Stoics teach us that forgiveness is stronger than revenge. By choosing to be kind, we can find peace and move on from the pain. Epictetus said, "Wealth and status are indifferent. Virtue is the only good." This means that things like money and fame are not important. What really matters is being a good person. In tough times, we might feel like we need more money or more recognition to be happy. But the Stoics remind us that true happiness comes from living a life of virtue. By being honest, kind, and brave, we can find true happiness, no matter what happens. Seneca also said, "Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life." This means that we should live each day as if it were a new life. Instead of worrying about the past or the future, we should focus on making the most of today. The Stoics teach us to appreciate the present moment and to live fully in the here and now. By doing this, we can find joy and peace, even in tough times. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means that our thoughts shape who we are. If we think positive thoughts, we will become a positive person. But if we think negative thoughts, we will become a negative person. The Stoics teach us to choose our thoughts carefully and to focus on the good in life. By doing this, we can become the best version of ourselves. Epictetus said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This means that we should understand ourselves before we try to impress others. In tough times, it can be easy to lose sight of who we are. But the Stoics remind us to stay true to ourselves and to live according to our values. By doing this, we can find strength and peace, even in the hardest times. Seneca also said, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." This means that the quality of our life is more important than the length. In tough times, we might feel like giving up, but the Stoics remind us that what matters is how we live, not how long we live. By making each day count, we can create a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. Marcus Aurelius said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." This means that life is not always easy or graceful. Sometimes it feels like a fight. But the Stoics teach us that this is okay. Life is not supposed to be perfect, and we should not expect it to be. Instead, we should focus on doing our best and staying strong no matter what happens. Epictetus said, "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. This means that we should focus on the things we can control, like our thoughts and actions, and let go of the things we cannot control, like the weather or other people's opinions. By doing this, we can find peace and happiness, even in tough times. Seneca also said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." This means that when we feel angry, we should take a moment to calm down before we act. In tough times, it can be easy to let our anger control us, but the Stoics teach us to stay calm and think before we act. By